Nik Kershaw and Dancing Girls, who've only just begun. Well, we're going to leave Belfast for a moment and travel back 2 weeks and 300 odd miles to Ipswich, and that, of course, is Suffolk, his hometown. Perhaps the most extraordinary thing about the music business is the way you can come from obscurity to fame and fortune in just a few months. Nik Kershaw, about a year ago, was queuing outside the Gaumont in Ipswich to see level 42. Yet, just a few months later, he was a star attraction on the stage inside there. The story started the other side of town, though. I suppose you could say that Nik grew up surrounded by great artists here on the Gainsborough estate on the southern fringes of Ipswich. Nik has often said he comes from a fairly ordinary background, but when you consider his own success and also that of his brother, who trains dolphins in the south of France, I wouldn't say that the Kershaw family is at all ordinary. Both of Nik's parents were musical, and his school record card shows his own interest clearly. His teachers remember him this way.
I taught him in the 4th and 5th year, and what I can remember is a very quiet, modest, unassuming sort of fellow who actually used to sit at the back. Now, the people who sit in the back usually come in two sorts. Either they're the troublemakers, or they're the people who want to keep out of the limelight. Now, I don't think Nik was a troublemaker.
Nik played a lot of sport, but his real passion was music. He joined a sixth form band called Half Pint Hog, but the group drifted apart after only 3 gigs, leaving Nik with the problem of finding a job.
Even as early as the 4th form, on his careers form here, he's got written down, join a professional rock group. Finally, he came into the 6th form and studied English literature and art, but the interest in rock group was strong, and this eventually dominated his thinking, and he left school at the end of the Law 6 year. When he left school, he got a job at the local employment office.
Nik worked here between the years 76 to 79, and from all accounts were pretty miserable years working in the Dole office, but he still kept his musical influences and interests going, and that was the band called Hog. But things really started to look up when a professional group called Fusion were looking for a guitarist.
He played me a rehearsal tape of the band Hog, and that was all material written by Nik, and I was instantly taken with the way he put his rhythms together, particularly.
It didn't take much persuading him to join the band.
He was keen on joining the band, and then he had a bit of an attack of cold feet and thought he'd continue being a public servant. I think I made it clear to him that I would really like him to join the band, and he obviously thought about it and decided to take the chance and go for the silly option. He used to apparently look at the floor and look very shy, and in fact that, as the general Kershaw persona, went right through his whole time with Fusion.
Nik developed his songwriting with Fusion, and on the band's only album he produced this version of a later hit single.
So look behind you, there's the man you're chasing. Look behind you, let's go human racing, human racing. Let's go racing now.
Fusion split in 1982, so Nik devoted most of his time to songwriting and producing a demo tape. He wanted to get himself a record deal. Now, the first thing he did was to advertise for a manager in this edition of The Melody Maker.
It said multi-instrumentalist, songwriter, looking for manager. And it was quite a big advert, really. All the others were really small. And I thought, well, I might as well answer it, because I had dozens of tapes that were useless by then. And anyway, 2 weeks later, this little tape came, and this young man called Nik Kershaw, I put it on, it was immediate, you know, fantastic. It was most of the first album, actually.
While business manager Mickey Modern fixed up a deal with MCA Records, Nik had acquired a different sort of partner. He'd met Sherry when she sang with Fusion. So by the beginning of '84, Nik had a wife, he had a manager and a record company. Shortly afterwards, his first hit, Wouldn't It Be Good? After that, it was hit after hit after hit.
He obviously decided to take some extrovert medicine or something, because he started to become a leaper, you know.
Thank you.